and you are all really good. He is working for. I am very happy for him also joining SteelMint. And I till now I have not received. When I tell everything to Vaibhav, it gets done. I don't need to ask him again and again. See, as I heard you diversify things and ask people to do certain things. And you don't need to be behind each and everybody to find out whether it is done or not. So that's a caliber of Vaibhav. When I tell him it is done, I can forget about it and work normally gets done. And now I have that kind of a system. I'm yet to find a person for the replacement of Vaibhav. Thanks, Vaibhav, for the opportunity also. I totally forgot what you told me. I don't remember whether I have shouted at you or that. Maybe I'm very particular about certain points. Perfectionism. It's not, we cannot say that we don't need to have that perfection 100%. Even 99.9% is not perfect. If you're doing something, do it perfect. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you take up, do it 100%. See, I had been on, I was a principal of the B school, and I came into SKP as a director, not for placements. Somehow it got turned into placements. There was nobody who was taking care of placements. So I said, okay, let me take up that issue also. When I took up, I knew 0% of, not even a single HR. Placement is all about knowing the HR rapport building and asking them to come to my campus and try to help the students evaluate and recruit. Not even a single company had visited the campus till then. And that was a challenge. But when you take up, if you don't want to take up, don't take up. But if you take up, do it 100%. I have a kind of a saying, wherever I am, I need to be number one. For that number one, you need to strive hard. And I don't know, I'm maybe my communication is better. The way I deal with people, the interpersonal relationship that we talk about, it is more better. That's what people tell me. They don't treat me as a kind of a person who is taking care of placements. I am not only taking care of placements, I am also in the Board of Studies for people colleges, where I try to help them with the content, the syllabi designing and all. And now we have also got into syllabus designing. I am in charge for the academic council also of Rungta Group of Institution. There have been so many changes which has taken place after Vaibhav left us. If you are taking up that perfectionist, that what I expect. And now I don't know. Some video was being played of mine. Which one were you looking into? Communication. Okay, communication area. I am also trying to talk about communication. Communication. Then we will move on to certain things. What did you learn? What did you understand? What communication is very easy. Hey, come on, I know Hindi, I know English. I can speak really well. Even if I have mastery over the language, is that mastery is meant to be communication? What it means? For example, okay, I don't want people, see, I am entirely a different personality. I don't want people sitting like this and just looking at me, only a sole runner of the show. No, I want you people to be a part of it. Okay, tell me, what is important? Why it is called communication? What is important in communication?
Two ways communication.
Yeah, two-way is very good. It is not one way. You need to have a response from the other end also. It is both ways. Two ways is very, very important. Otherwise, nothing is going to happen. As a team, I saw that teamwork makes the dream work. If there is a team, to be a team, you need to have proper communication, first of all. If you don't have communication, it's not a team at all. Even between most, I don't know how many are married here. Please. Okay, most of you guys. He has also joined recently. Okay, fine. Even between husband and wife also, if you there are so many issues. See, before marriage, after marriage, we can evaluate ourselves. Normally, I say, Edwin before marriage, Edwin after marriage. Whether you are a director, you are a chairman, you are a CEO, but when you go back to your home, the boss is somebody else. Okay. See, I even my own chairman son, actually, vice chairman. So when we used to always sit for the meetings after 6:30. So when he used to get calls sometimes around some 7 o'clock. When I get a call, he used to say, "No, Edwin is not here. He's telling a lie." So when he gets a call from home, I used to say something. No, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. Coming. I'm there in the car. Happens. Communication is very, very important everywhere. It is not only in the house or outside or in the team, wherever it is. Communication is more important. What do you mean by communication? Just before getting into that, I need some 5 people. Come on. Let's have nothing. It's just not even, it's 3 sentences, that's all. Oh, 4 sentences. Come. I need 5 more of this. Okay. 2, 3. I need 2 ladies. I want at least 50%, but if not 52. Okay, fine. See. Yes. All 4 can go outside. I need 1 lady. All 4 outside. Once I call, 1 by 1 you can. Okay. This is for you guys. Just go through. Just send them. Very, very simple. They have got. Just go through. This is what the activity is simple. I have just got some 4 sentences. Okay, just 4 sentences. They are going to tell you the same. Nothing. This is called Chinese whisper. Okay, this is called Chinese whisper. The first one whispers into the ears of the other. Let's see how it comes. Okay. I would love you guys. No. I don't want anyone saying. I don't want anybody hearing what I'm talking. Okay. Fine. They're out. They can't hear me. See, this is what. Please note, as an audience, I would like each and every one of you to take a note of what these people are talking and evaluate where is a change. I can read it for you. I'll read it for you twice. Okay. First time I'm going to read. Remember, it's not a hard topic. It is about SteelMint only.
So just a second. You read it to us, and I'll have.
I'll read it for you twice. Once for them, once for. Okay, and you can whisper it in their ears twice. That's all. Not more than twice. Then they have to whisper it together. Fine. See, this is it. In the second day of my joining SteelMint, I forgot my ID. Okay. The security did not allow me to enter the premises. I had to speak to the HR. The HR came out and helped me getting in after speaking to the security team. That's all. Simple. Understand? In the second day of my joining SteelMint, I forgot my ID. The security did not allow me to enter the premises. I had to speak to the HR. The HR came out and helped me getting in after speaking to the security. Kindly note what all the words they are excluding. They might change certain words. All those notifications. Anyone. One. All others outside. All others. I don't want you to hear, please. Only into ECS. See, she will tell you something twice. 2 sentences. You have to tell the third person. Okay? I have told her and she will introduce the same. Can be bit louder also. That's also can.
Yeah. So on the first day of my office, SteelMint, I forgot my ID. I did not get entry into the office. I told this to the HR and HR let me in after the
Right.
session.
Thank you. You can sit. Next one, please. Just note down, please. Just note down. You look very familiar. I don't know. I see you something. I can. You look very familiar. So he will be telling you something. Okay, come here. Both of you. He will be telling you something. You have to tell it to the other person. He will tell you louder so that others also can.
On the first day of my office, I forgot my ID. I communicated to HR and then HR left me in.
Fine. Great. Understood? Yeah, you can still say. Next one. Next. You will say something. You need to tell it to the other. Understood? Yeah. Please. Louder so that others can also hear. No, not an issue. Whatever you understood something, what she was saying. Use your own. See, he told you something, you understood something. Whatever you understood, then not an issue. I'm not going to give you a mark on this. Fine, thank you. You did good. Call the next one. Next one, please. Final one. Good, great. Now. Yes, she'll be telling you something. You have to tell it to the people actually. Yes.
On the first day of my office, I forgot my ID and HR allowed to take it.
Simple, very good. So,
This day of office, she forgot her ID in the HR allowed.
very good. Give me that. You understood? My dear, what's your name? Krishnan. This is what I told. In the second day of my joining SteelMint, I forgot my ID. Okay. The security, I don't know where the security went. The second itself gone. The security did not allow me to enter the premises. You heard of anything of this? You don't know. Okay. I had to speak to the HR. The HR came out and helped me getting in after speaking to the security. This is what I wanted people to say. This is what I told her twice. No. He said something. Then from hand by hand, when it went to the third hand, second hand, third hand, and the fourth hand, change, please. See, simple. Everyone understood what I said. Okay, everyone understood what I said. Okay, you were also noting it. Now, what I said now. I started with everyone. Please repeat. Same sentence. This is zero, please.
Second day of my office.
No. I started with everyone understood what I said. See, these are the words I use. Am I right? Last two sentences I spoke. HR helped me out. Just before speaking to you, I said two sentences. Am I right? What I told you.
Everyone.
What I was telling you just now. Tell me what I told you.
What I told you.
Then.
Just what I was telling you just now. What I was telling you just now.
I'll give anyone who tells me the exact words that I use a day. Tell me. Last sentence I stated. Can you reproduce exactly one way? What I said now.
What you said now?
No,
Can
that's
I
what I
tell
said. Say it now. You understood? Can anyone reproduce whatever I am talking now? Is this sentence? Can I started with at least this sentence? At least I said 50% of that. Tell me what I said now. No, that was the previous one. What I said now. That is what I am talking. Two sentences I spoke there. Can you reproduce?
what I said now?
Simple, my dear. This is what is communication. You cannot reproduce what I say. We think very easy. I know, okay, I know. When a person is talking to us, we may not even listen to him, may not even facing him. When somebody tells, what are you doing then? Normally happens, not being listened. So doing something, listen to me what I say. Speak. My dear, even if you're looking at me and speaking, you cannot understand what I'm trying to say 100%. When you go out and tell it to the second person, it changes. That is what teamwork means, the teamwork. If you want to be a team, you need to be an effective communicator. So that is why you would understand. When I have a meeting, I want everyone to take notes. Take a note of what I say. It might miss out. Ours is not a computerized, programmed kind of a mind, you know. It forgets certain things and remembers certain things. It's not 100% what we think that we are. And communication is not what we think that we do. It is not. Even when I communicate, I forget so many things. Instead of focusing on the important points, I focus on the other points which are not important. Now, what are the other things? See, this is what the statistics say. Word by word, only 3% of what you say reaches others. 97%. What else? What is 97%? It is non-verbal communication. What do you mean by non-verbal? Did I say anything in that previous video? Hurdles? No, I am not. Okay, fine. What is non-verbal? Non-verbal is body language, intonation, kinesics, we call it. Okay, body language plays a vital role, 60%. In case if I had been talking to you guys, I didn't do that when I read out also. I had a intonation, okay, paralinguistics, we call it paralinguistics, intonation, the speed, the pace, where I need give importance. If I am not doing that, like a computerized kind of a monogram, in case if I talk about like this today, I have come here to talk to you about communication skills. What is communication skills? If I do that, everyone would have been sleeping by. Am I right? It is not that, it is not that just only words. I am also using the words. If I am not using my body language, paralinguistics that we say, I am not going to reach to you 97%. Even in that case, you people were not able to reproduce what I was talking. Am I right? When I see, there are the other things also. It is not only paralinguistics. When I am coming, there are certain other things very more important. Tell me what I was talking. Did you observe? You didn't observe. How you were sitting? He was leaning forward and sitting. Am I right? He was very comfortable leaning forward. He was like this. Sitting like this, like taking. When I came closer to him, automatically it pushed me back. Tell what you were feeling. I just want you to tell me what, when I came close to you, it is purely psychological, okay? It is not intentional. It is not intentional at all. See, you were not moving earlier. When I came close, automatically this is going the other way. Now people have become very aware of what I am going to do. Is he going to come now? Is he going to come close to me? There are so many. See her face. See her, just observe her face. Is he comfortable? Why? Why? Did you understand what I was telling you then? I came very close to you. I see. I came close to you. I purposely kept my hand on you, and I was talking something. Nothing went here. Nothing. You would have not even listened even 0.1%. Why? This is called spatial relationship. As a team leader, we think, I am very close to my team, I go and keep my hand, I talk to him or talk to her. This fellow, poor guy, will never understand what he's saying. Automatically, see, there are certain things, there are spatial relationships. When you talk to a person, you need to evaluate all those stuff. It is not that easy. If there are, we call it now, I am in a social zone. People are very comfortable. There is a distance of more than 3 meters. She is very happy that she is alone there. This fellow cannot jump this way and come close to me. Am I right? But don't think so. I come. Okay, so when I am there in the social distance, people enjoy. They laugh, they speak, and they observe. But when a person is coming closer, this starts a problem. This is social distancing, spatial relationship. When I come, the next one is the public is the normal one. The person comes in the dais, people are sitting in the auditorium in the other places. That is a public zone. This is a social zone. Okay. There is something called personal zone, which is personal. You allow people only who you are not intimate, personal. You know people. You know him well. So that even if he comes and stands in this distance and talks to you, you don't have an issue. Even in the same gender, it is not gender specific. He is not a female. I am not a female. And I'm coming closer, he had to go back. He's a male, I am also a male. It is not gender specific, but it is relationship specific. So in a personal zone, sometimes have you ever seen some people giving hands like this, stiff, including, hi man. Ah, that means what? Don't come into my personal zone. Let it down. I have experienced. When I go and meet, normally we used to, earlier we used to travel alternate weeks every time, going and building an airport. Even when I came to Rungta, we never had any other company than TCS coming to our campus. So now you name any people are there. So we had to work. We used to meet. So I'm a body language specialist. Okay, I can understand what is going on in your mind also. Mind reading also comes. So don't try to evaluate me. This fellow is going to read what I'm going to do. I don't do it. Otherwise, I feel really a 𝐓𝐿 personality. It would be in case if I start evaluating everything. So, but in places I do it. I have it a habit as I enter into my. Now most of them are my friends. Okay, I can even by call it can be. When I extend my hand for the first time, I observe how this fellow reacts to me. Is he taking me in? What is warmth he is showing me? Even you can evaluate so many things just by a mere handshake. Okay? I am not evaluated, sir. When I came, handshake first time with him, no, that was not every time. Wherever it is required, we do it. Okay? When you evaluate, I understand. This fellow is busy, he doesn't want to, just for a name check, he has given me. Then we need to strategize yourself how to communicate with this. Okay, so that is personal zone. You don't even allow people to get into your personal zone. Then other one is called intimate zone. When I went, I was on its intimate zone. Very intimate. Are you married? Okay. In case if your wife comes and stands like this and keeps her hand on your shoulder, will you go back like that? That is intimate zone. Okay. I can allow, see, I am very specific about my zones also. Okay. In case I have never been in recent times, in case if I am standing in a bus or auto stand or somewhere I am waiting for a car or something. I'm standing there, somebody comes and stands very close to me like this. Automatically, what will I do? Maybe him or whatever it is. Automatically. Then the fellow comes say, hey, seriously, what I do, I seriously kick him on his back. If I move a bit, again if he comes wrong. I'll tell you what. Now COVID has given me another kind of excuse. Stand there. He cannot. So even communication, this is more important. When you talk about communication, it's not that very easy. Even in the team, normally people say when you are crossing your leg, the position that your leg toe is showing is your favorite person. In a meeting also, or the place where you're sitting with your friends, we can evaluate that also. There are so many things about this when you are communicating. Even your facial expressions, all married men can watch. You cannot lie to your wife. Even if you see, it's not that you cannot, you can't speak a lie there. She will understand. 200% it is a lie. I can manage my team members telling something very seriously, then they will believe, sir, I said it is true. When you are talking to your wife, she will be talking. She will try to evaluate any. Anyway, you are in the first 3 and 6 initial stages, you will understand later. So automatically. So, see, I don't go anywhere, okay? He knows. If I leave home, it is college. If I leave college, it is home. I love my family. It's not that. Sometimes you cannot share certain things with your wife because it might disturb her. On that note, you keep it on yourself, but people will be going on talking. Why you are acting like this? Why you are doing like this? I can't see it. But whenever I say something, she say you are telling me. I know that you are telling me. You can't. Your face will not cooperate. If I just think about certain things, when you are talking a lie to your mom or your wife or anybody, will you look at the person like this and talk? Automatically, when you are trying to say your eye contact evades, I evaluate when I do my interviews. When a person, I have done so many projects, we are not looking at the waiver, eyes are going on the side. Or you start rubbing your nose, rub your eyes. These are all the, you don't think and you don't act, but these are all so psychological that it happens by itself. You know Monica Lewinsky?
Yes.
At least one.
Yes.
Bill Clinton?
Yes.
Monica Lewinsky was his secretary. Okay, in the first term, he had served twice as the president of the university. In the first term, there was a big issue. There was a case on Clinton stating that there was an issue, he had misused Monica Lewinsky. Okay. It was running for more than a month's time. But if you read certain articles, the judge knew this fellow was telling a lie. He was rubbing his nose 27 times whenever he was talking about Monica and the act. You know, the judge also asked him a question. How did the chicken cross the road? The judgment. When it was a trial happening, there was a question asked to one. When he was asked about Monica Lewinsky, there was a pause, he was talking something like this. Then immediately the jury, normally they call jury, they don't call them judges. Jury asked a question, why did the chicken cross the road? Then immediately Clinton responded, you are asking that question. I don't know. It is irrelevant to the topic that we are talking about. He was more natural. He was talking very naturally. And it is noted that whenever he was talking, in an hour, he was rubbing his nose for 27 times. Whenever asked about Monica Lewinsky. Why it is happening? There is a biological reaction also. When you are trying to tell a lie, the pressure, blood circulation on your nose becomes more. And automatically, if you see it with a microscopic view, your nose becomes bigger because of more blood pressure which is being circulated there. Because of that, you start having an itching sensation and you start rubbing your nose. So these are all correlated things that we don't even know. When I talk to my team, I ensure I don't rub my nose, I don't do all those stuff, at least to tell them, communicate properly. And when people are doing this way, and we can also evaluate whether this fellow is genuine or not. When you're going and talking to your customers also, you can do all those things so that you can understand where the person is. You can read, there are so many articles available on this, you can do that. So communication is not that very easy. Even the pronunciation also matters a lot. People might say different tones and kind of an accent. We don't have accent in Hindi or any of the regional languages, but English has got accent also, minor accent, major accent. So we need to also accent, we need to understand punctuations, we need to understand kill him, you might have understood. It's a very different language English. It's kill him, not bring him. Kill him, not bring him. The meaning is different. If I have not used any punctuation, kill him, not bring him. That means kill that very fellow, don't bring him in. Kill him, not bring him. I can manipulate it. Where I give a pass. The inspector said the teacher is a fool. The inspector said the teacher is a fool. Who is the fool here? The inspector said the teacher is a fool. Who is a fool? The inspector said the teacher is a fool. Okay. The inspector said the teacher is fool. Inspector is a fool. Okay, understood? The inspector said the teacher is a fool. The inspector is a fool. Inspector said the teacher is a fool. Did I do anything? No, I just the pass. Pointing of sentences. That is also very important. When you are talking, you need to know where to stop, where to give a pass, and how to speak. Even see, everybody started looking at me, even people were, why, what happened? Why this fellow is silent for some? Am I right or wrong? You looked at me, you were doing something, you were not taking down something or something or the other, you were looking down. Suddenly you looked at me. When I kept quiet, same thing happened there. Why? Pause also plays a vital, important role. You need to know as a communicator, team player, or leading a team, addressing a team, somebody is not listening to you. Just keep quiet for a few seconds, automatically things will come. People will start looking at you. Why is he was blabbering something? Suddenly there is a pause. Did he notice me? Okay, it happens. Even in the way, did he notice me? What I am doing here happens. That is a reaction. That is a psychological reaction. Why this fellow has talked in between? Why? Did he notice me? So that is what. So communication. Maybe I have given it in a broad kind of a sense. I understand this is more than enough for you guys on communication skills. And he also told me a brief about email etiquette. Brief. I don't want to get in detail how to write an email. There are certain things. Where to put BCC, where to put CC, where you are supposed to mark people in CC, where you are supposed to mark BCC. I see sometimes people are nearly some 300 people who I don't even know is marked in CC. It's a blunder you commit. Your data privacy violation. I cannot give my email ID to each and every person. Wherever required, we need, and people can sue you also in case if you put without any intention and put it in CC, they can sue you. Where you need to go for BCC, even if it is, have you ever seen BCC intended? The first message will be BCC intended. For example, I am sending a mails to all my corporate friends saying Happy Diwali. Okay, sending something. I cannot type for it. I have around 2,000, 3,000 people. I cannot type for each and everybody and send it. So BCC intended, you need to mention BCC intended. If you are sending it to so many people and the other person may not know why we are marking it BCC. What is the difference between CC and BCC?
CC is actually carbon copy and
Blind carbon copy. Carbon copy the other person can see. whom you are sending. Blind carbon copy, the other person cannot know, cannot see who all it has gone to. Simple. It is private. Another one, this mistake we normally do. And the other one, we normally, how do you salute? When you write an email, so and so, how do you salute? What's the salutation you do? Hello, dear. Dear. Okay. Hi.
You are familiar with the person who knows about it.
Okay. Where to give dear? Where to give hi? Where to give hello? Can you know me now? But I am not. Okay, you are sending your. They have asked for a quotation from your customer has asked for a quotation. He had spoken to him, and you are sending a quotation. How will you address it? He is maybe I am your customer. Edwin.
You understand?
Dear Mr. Anthony.
Or dear sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Anything else? Greetings, copy. That needs to be done. Any other salutation? I don't appreciate the unless and until see in India it is understood. We say even if I don't know that fellow, I say dear so and so. But foreign clients, they will take it offensive. If at all you are not dear to them, you are not supposed to use that word dear. It is better always hi Edwin. Greetings with reference to the discussion. Start with reference. Don't simply start doing certain things which is just jumping into the topic is not advisable. You might have had a chat with reference to the discussion, the underside view, or with reference to the platform. So, what do you want to say? Why you are writing this thing? And subject, I see sometimes people don't even mark the subject. And some places, do you have the facility of, do you have the kind of a practice of mentioning where you are writing? Where you are, see, for example, it is always advised. If you are writing from SteelMint, _SteelMint. Regarding, I have never seen people putting RE, REG. Whoever comes to my team, I give a format. This is what. Don't chase up. I tell them this needs to be regarding in case quotation for what? _SteelMint. Why I insist sometimes to put that in the subject. In certain companies, if the subject doesn't have the claim plus, it goes to spam. Doesn't reach the people. But normally you have to use that in case you are writing it from SteelMint. Though it is very difficult for me to type Rungta Group of Institutions, Vilay and Raipur, it will be there in my subject. It will be there in my subject so that they can understand who has sent it. They may not even understand your name. They may not keep your name in their mind. But SteelMint they know. It is easy for segregation also. And when I get some mails, I get so irritated. 90% in a bold letters. 70% in capital letters, or in red color font, yellow color font, multiple colors. What are you doing? Then are you going for a fashion show with different colors? It doesn't look. Never it looks professional. Don't use colors. Wherever you want to emphasize on a date of a meeting, just hold that. The date alone. You don't need to bold everything. As discussed in bold, why the hell here? Anyhow, we are starting with big things. Why? They don't even greet sometimes. You need to start with big things. Okay? And don't bold, don't give so much of colors and all. And regards, please, in case if you want them to get back to you, sometimes they don't mention their email number, mobile numbers. Now, see, your signature should not be a very long signature like this. I know a few of my friends, those who have got a very big long signature. Ex-principal, ex-director, ex-so and so. Your education qualification, even if you have got around some 12 degrees, put all the degrees in. Not required. What is required needs to be used. What is not required, don't do it. It is not your bibliography, man. Not a biodata. See, there is no word called biodata in English. There is no word called biodata in English. It's an Indian English. Either it is resume or it is CV. No biodata. Biography. So bio. That is our own usage of the word bio. No, it is wrong. You are not going to give your CV there. Nobody is interested. Just a name, your designation, and where you are from, and your mail ID, your mobile numbers. Sometimes I don't find the mobile number, I have to hunt for. I send him a message. Can you kindly share your mobile number for further discussion? Don't give all those things when you are in a kind of marketing or sales position. You need to. Okay. And don't use harsh words. Be polite. Simple. I know I have good collection of vocabulary in language. Don't practice it. That fellow should not go and refer to the dictionary every word that he reads. I had one of my professor. I used to have good vocabulary. I have good vocabulary. Even I find it very difficult in case if he uses some 10 sentences, at least 5 words I may not know. I used to do. That time we didn't have all these mobiles and all. I had actual advanced learner dictionary. What is word meaning? So don't do it. Don't make him refer to the dictionary. Simple language, but error-free. So you need to check. Please don't send immediately before checking. Checking is very, very, very important. Your language needs to be checked. Your spelling. Sometimes I also make terrible spelling mistakes. Terrible, okay? Suddenly 14, is it F-O-R-T-T-E-N or F-O-U-R-T-T-E-N? Okay, so sometimes simple words I used to ask my wife, what is the spelling? So she will look at me like, you are asking for a spelling. Sometimes it happens. So typing errors. So sometimes some people send it from mobile and there will be a note. Please include the typing errors. I am on the move. Right? I seriously feel pity for these guys. You are able to type and send it from your mobile, and you have a minute to read. Are you so busy? It's an excuse. I take it as an excuse. Don't use all those stuff. Be sincere, be serious, be perfect. Read it, then you send it. In case he knows, you send so many mails. Am I right? The same message, but to so many people. Cut, copy, paste, cut, copy, paste. You do everything, but the name remains the same. Am I right? I have sent it to Dinagar. I have sent it to Vaibhav. I have changed Vaibhav's name. I am sending it to Akshay. I forgot to change. I have changed the other details of our company and the other. But I have forgotten to change the name. You have sent it. What are you supposed to do? Don't ignore it. Immediately respond, sorry for the wrong salutation. Add one more after that reading, sorry for the wrong salutation. Send it again. So that tells about you. Title. See, mistakes happen. Sometimes I forget, I send it, then I realize, oh, so I said, in case if you know the person well, give him a call and say, I'm sorry, happened. That builds your better. Okay. Anyhow, when we are talking about phone, what's your name? Anu. Okay. Hello, I am just giving you a call. How do you start?
Hello,
Just giving a call. It's ringing. When you attend, what will you say?
hello.
Then you see, simple. You are not supposed to start with hello. Have you ever heard me saying hello? Hi. If it is good morning, good afternoon. This is what you are supposed to say. Hello. No. There are so many ways of saying hello. People, they have their own tools. Hello. This fellow used to give me a call. Hello, what? You gave me a call, man. You are not supposed to do all those. Don't say hello. Hello is a wrong word to be used for to start with. When I am getting a call, good afternoon, Edwin, or good morning, Edwin, good evening, Edwin. You are supposed to say. Then, when they respond to you, then you don't say hello. You are not supposed to. This is a common mistake that we commit when you are attending a phone call. And please never ever ask the other person, who are you? Okay? You are not supposed to. You might have forgotten the name of a person. Can I, in case if he is your customer, please don't ask the person, can I have your name, sir? Do something else. Can I have your email ID, please? Can you spell out your email ID? So you can understand who the fellow is giving you a call. I have done so many times. I forget, they start speaking, Edwin, how are you, man? Who's this person? I have not saved the number. So you need to, it looks very embarrassing for the other person, even on a personal note, even if he's your friend, try to evaluate, try to buy time, evaluate whether who is the person, in case if you are not able to. He is giving you a call after 2 years, then not worth remembering on a personal. Okay. So then you can ask. On an official calls, please never ask. Don't ask them. In case if the person is giving you a call for the first time, fine. Can I have your name? That can be. Okay. Can I have your name, please? Okay, so try to be very polite and don't be rude. Don't use certain words which are not to be used on a local. Yeah. Bolo, yeah. Yes, man. Tell me, man. Fine. Good. How about you? See, when a person is asking, how are you? What are you supposed to say? I'm doing good. Then?
Very well, thanks.
So,
And,
how do you do? In case I am giving you a call and asking, hi, how are you? Fine, thanks, how are you? You are supposed to ask. We forget. Whenever a person is asking, how are you? We never ask, fine. Then you are supposed to ask him, how are you? This is the etiquette. When a person is asking, how are you? Fine, sir, how are you? You are supposed to. In case, yes, fine. Then, how things? No. Be professional. At least on a professional level, be professional. You are supposed to. When a person asks me, how are you? If I thanks, how are you? How things? How do you do? You are supposed to ask again, how do you? You don't need to say even how do you do. Okay. So these are all the simple things that we miss every time when we talk also over phone. And please understand the game that you play now. You are speaking over phone. It is only the voice, the word which is going from your end to the other person. You need to be double cautious what you are talking. A change of a word. See, I have my own vocabulary. You don't have my vocabulary. There are certain words which are on a level of dominant level and active level. You might know, but you will not use it. It is in dominant. Active vocabulary. I'm talking about active. So if you change the word as per what is your vocabulary. When I use talk, you may not use talk. He said, he talked to me yesterday. He spoke to me yesterday. You might use spoke to me. So there are like changes of words. How you change in the first instances. Changes of words. So it changes the denotation and the meaning also. So you need to be doubly careful. Just think, keep all these things in mind. I have said in a very broad perspective. And thank you for that. I don't want to, otherwise you people will say, no, please, thank you, bye. Question and answer. In case if you have any questions, go ahead. I think I have taken exactly one question. Yeah.
Sometimes we think that, for example, like outside office, I have to go to my boss and want to say something. So sometimes we generalize and we think that, yeah, this is things we are going to say. But when we reach there,
Nothing.
we start, all things is going to be start saying another things. We come outside of the office. I think that, oh, so what for that we will be.
I always insist take a point. Even when I go for a meeting, I always go with my. Before going for a meeting, I plan. I send an agenda, the points for discussion. That we need to discuss. And see, it is common. When you talk to a person, automatically it is being carried away by the other person, the way he responds to you, and you totally forget certain things. So note down the points that we talk. That is more important. It's nothing wrong. Okay, first point is over. The next one. This is over. Then note down what he said and what you are supposed to do. Follow up. So there is something called planning and the follow. That's why we insist on minutes of the meeting. What we have discussed. Whether even if it's a personal one, please make a note of it. You can understand and keep it on your file. So that you can understand what you had a discussion and what they might have given you a deadline. Only on an oral, not on a written. So that you forget something. You have 10 words, you tend to forget the word. So you need to keep everything written. Whether you go for ISO audit or it is any kind of an accreditation audit, they always look out for physical evidences. Minutes, meeting means minutes of the what was it. So likewise, even before going for a meeting, note down what you want to talk, just talk that. And when you are going in, for example, I am there in my room for meeting. How will you get it? Corporate sector, we treat as friends, everything is fine. But there is something called etiquette. Even though he is a very good friend of mine, there is something called etiquette. How do you do? Okay, he is there in his campus, you are getting knock, okay, right. How to knock? How many knocks? How? Just two, okay. Okay, he has not responded. Slightly open the door, what are you doing? I'm knocking. I seriously feel very odd. Okay, not to be done. You will take it a bit louder. No response, get out. Don't disturb me. In my cabin, there is a space. Just in this space, it's a glass. It's locked in it, and there is a space. I get seriously irritated. In case if a person is free, he might respond, yes, come in. Okay. In case if a person is not responding, he is busy. Wait for some time. Then even again a bit louder. If he is not responding, okay, please let me don't open and see what are you. Not again. Then he is busy. Okay. Meet him up. It's not necessary that you have to say, yes, come in. Please don't come. Not good. If he is not responding, that means he is busy. Simple. You don't need to. Please follow. Another one. My friend. How are you? What it is? So, what about? How is your family? Going well? Nice? Huh? See his face. If I had left his hand, he is very good now. See, if I had left his hand, immediately I could feel he gave me a very good handshake. When I started persisting with my handshake, he left his grip and his face became different. Why? I mean, it happens. So, when you are giving handshake to even your boss, you like him so much, don't go on giving the hand like this. Please don't do it. Once the person he released immediately, I work personally that if you have seen his face, did you observe how he was? And immediately I left his hand. Am I right? Okay. Pumping hands. That is called pumping hands. Okay, keeping on pumping hands. How long you can do it? Any idea? Yes, I think so. Any ideas? Tell me some.
4 5 seconds.
4 times.
4 5 seconds.
4 5 seconds. No, pumping hands. How many times you have?
2 times.
2 times. 5? No. As per the authentic one, you can do it maximum of 7. It means that I said, hey, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maximum of 7 times. It's not like people will posing for people will be no, you have not taken it. No. Maximum of 7 times. But when a person releases the grip, please understand you are supposed to be. You might love that person so much, don't do it. And it is very much important with the complementary sex. I don't say opposite sex, complementary sex. Who is supposed to? Who is supposed to give hands? If you are, for example, who is supposed to accept? Is it? For example, hi ma'am, how are you? See, she is not willing to give hand also. I am initiating. Am I right? You didn't like to give hand. Yes, no, yes. I am ashamed. You said something, I tried. What to do? No, it is ladies who are supposed to extend their hands. If they have not done, don't do it. I normally, have you ever seen? I normally, when I come, I keep my hands inside. A good purpose. If at all, and very specific about ladies, if I am speaking, I will be always talking to them. If they say hi, sir, only then my hand comes from here. And you are not supposed to, now we talk about the equal handshakes and all, fine. But as per chivalry act, you are not supposed to hand like this or like this. You have to just grip. There is something called, can you come? With your permission. Extend your hand. See, there is something called finger grip. Lever. Don't try what I was trying. If they don't extend, now it is even equal, it's fine. Okay? We call it a finger grip with ladies. And otherwise, you will be ashamed. As I had a kind of a session now, just now. She was slowly discovering like this. So don't extend. So these are the things when you are going and so anyway, it has gone out. Any other questions? Yes. But yeah, please.
Sir, if someone is not responding to the mails, is there any proper way or is there any format should be followed?
See, gentle reminder. Reminder 1, reminder 2, reminder 3. Okay, you need to make him ashamed, that's all, nothing else. But you need to be in a proper, polite manner. So don't use any harsh words. A gentle reminder. The subject will be a gentle reminder. Okay, this is with reference to the previous mail data. We are still awaiting your response. Please, it would be great if you could respond to the mail. Thank you. Don't use thanking you, comma. That is wrong. Thank you. Full stop. Don't use thanking you, comma, because all those things, because it's thanking you, comma, is not to be used. Thank you. I don't use it. If it is Mr., will you put full stop? MR full stop? Wrong. You are following US pattern. Why do we use that punctuation? When I say professor, PROF full stop, what that full stop means? No. It has not been ended. There are certain letters to follow. Okay. For example, EPC, etc. it is. And it actually, and others, it is a Latin word. Etc. EPC full stop. That full stop means it's not ended. ENTRA is still to follow. That is a meaning. For example, if you are using Mr. MISTER overview, if you put a full stop, that means that you have letters to follow. That is wrong. Dr. DR, not full stop. Most of the people, we don't know. We always use that. And we use in US language, English, it is taken for. We use it. But if you are following UK, don't use it. That is a real meaning. Why I put professor full stop? That is a meaning of it. MR is not required. Even if it is Mrs., it is MS. First letter and the last letter. I never use MS. So these are certain things that we also need to. Why did I go in again? Something came.
So it was regarding the reminder.
Thank you, full stop. That full stop may be getting this. Yeah.
How would it is to use? In the end, at the end, any mails when we write warm regards or best regards or regards.
Regards, it's better to have regards. Best regards, with regards, warm regards. But don't, see, you don't need to add cosmetics to your letter. When you're sending a mail, on a professional note, it needs to be professional. Don't, see, even when you're sending a letter in an official format, taking a printout, keep it all left out. Something on right line, thank you, yours sincerely on the right. All left. If you are following it left, no intended. Now, earlier we have, when I studied, we used to, when you are starting a paragraph, it needs to be intended. Tab needs to be given. All gone. It's only left out. We don't use right line because we are not from the, we are not writing Urdu, we read from this side. So it is always left. So don't use your signature even on a print form. Use it as a, and it should look full justified. In case if you are not doing it, see that formatting is very much important. If you are not full justifying it, it looks one sentence against the other. It doesn't look good. So each and everything with minute perfection, you need to follow it. It looks more professional. Even when I am sending a normal doc, Microsoft Office, I put a border. Border looks better. When you send a circular, there will be a border. Instead of sending it plain. So all these things add somewhere. You don't need to add so much of cosmetics. What is required is fine. Any other? When you are using a usu, don't button up. Not supposed to button up. I see everybody but see your actual one when you are sitting, it disturbs. So you are not supposed to button up the second. Some people I find that they put the button, only the second button. This will be don't do it. And it should be, I'm very particular about that. I go every day in the same full suits. Every day in the same with all 1 square, this, I and I don't stitch my shirt without this cuffling. So the belt should go with which color? Your shoe should go with which color? Belt. If you are wearing a black belt, it should be a black shoe. I'm not using a because of I have some issues. So I started using this sketches. Otherwise, I normally go with only the shoes. That is common. Okay. Not anything. So these things gives more weightage to the person. The way you project it, that is more important. When you get accustomed, you get accustomed. Even in May, I used to be able to. It's hot summer, people used to look at me, my body gets adjusted. I have my own reason for it. I want to be not a model in the other sense. When my students look at me, they should understand how we need to protect yourself. Fine. It's been a long time.
And when I joined SteelMint, I used to be always in blazer and tie. And one neighbor, one of my colleagues used to ask me,